Celeste.
Hi, Marv and Chad.
Hi.
We saw you come. Hi. You're the first person. We should give you the early bird award.
Oh, I'm the first person?
Mm-hmm.
Points.
Well, on Zoom.
On Zoom.
All right. Okay. So I'm gonna do Facebook.
Yay.
Kindly mute yourself, Celeste, as well.
Oh, sorry about that.
Thank you.
I like talking to her though. That's why. Happy Sunday, everyone. Good evening to you all. Not quite the evening yet, but welcome. If you get to join us, we're glad that you dropped by or stayed. Either way, but of course, we love you to stay. Today, I'm pretty excited about what we're going to show you because this is something that I feel like almost every single Filipino needs to know how to make. Adobo, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So today we'll be preparing Filipino adobo, which is different from Mexican adobo.
Very, I think. Okay. While we're waiting on a few of our other friends who are actually cooking with us tonight, I want to share with you, last year, I got to go back home to the Philippines like 3 times, right, honey?
I believe so, yeah.
Like 3 times. And whenever I go eat out, these, new places, French bistro, this like middle class Filipino restaurants, the most common thing that I see on the menu are nowadays sisig and kare-kare and sinigang. And then the sinigang has so many versions. There's like can I tell you this? There's a corned beef sinigang. That was actually really good. So I think with the new generation of Filipinos, those are the ones that tend to be more popular. Sisig, sinigang, kare-kare. But the curious thing is when you ask non-Filipinos, like our friends here in the United States, what they are familiar with as far as Filipino dish is concerned, guess what is on top of the list? It's like everyone would mention this, and it's pretty much almost everyone's favorite. Hi, John. Do you know what it is that most non-Filipinos know? Adobo.
That's right. Well, if you really look it up, even if you Google it, right, adobo is considered the national dish of the Philippines.
Is it?
Yeah, it's considered the national dish of the Philippines.
I didn't even know that.
We even have a couple of iterations, but there's a couple of shows that were called adobo, and it's basically introducing you to the various dishes that are prepared, in the Philippines. So yeah, well, today we are going to learn the easy way how to do it. It's going to be very easy. It can be prepared within an hour. I know that you may have some friends who will tell you, oh, we prepare ours like this, like this, like this.
Yes.
Believe it or not, in as much as there are 7,100 islands in the Philippines, there are probably 7,100 variations of adobo. So we will just teach you the very simple Chad Marvie version, okay?
Yes, that's what we're going to do, okay? Let me just admit people. There you go.
Okay, so who is cooking with us today? We would like to know so we could adjust the speed by which we do our presentation.
We are going to do a roll call. We just welcomed Celeste, our good friend Celeste, and then I see our Marine, John, that's also joined by, who's with you, John? Mom? Hi, Mom.
Yes, it's Mom.
And then I did see Mike and Amika, right? Mike and Amika is here?
And Cassie.
And Cassie? Yes?
Hello, yes.
Hey, welcome everyone.
And I believe there's a few more who are cooking with us, but they will be tuning in through Facebook Live. Okay, so what are our ingredients for our Filipino adobo? So would you like to go through it?
Once again, we're just gonna dive in because we do need a little bit of a longer cooking time for this. This is a very simple recipe in the sense that it is not as complicated as others, and it doesn't take much longer. Believe me, a lot of people actually marinate their meat when they cook adobo overnight at least, right? So John, today we are not doing that. So first of all, Mike and Amika, you need a pan that's big enough for you to be able to lay down your meat at the bottom, okay? Want them as much as possible with just one layer because you want to be able to boil it and simmer it in the marinade, okay? So John, I would suggest if you have your EOC, use your EOC like we are doing.
Okay.
Cool?
So do we need to preheat anything?
No, we're not preheating anything. So Amika, I just want to make sure that you're able to cook with us on time. Ready?
So I don't have to preheat anything.
No, we're not preheating anything, okay? Because it will be fast. Ready? Okay, here. You got your invite, you gathered your ingredients. We have our 6 pieces of chicken thighs, right? I said cut it up into thirds just so it will cook faster. That wasn't necessary. You could have just cooked your chicken thighs whole, but we wanted to cook it faster today, all right? So I cut ours into thirds.
So if you didn't cut yours, that's okay. Just keep it simmering until you're able to.
You'll need longer cooking time. So if you want to finish alongside us, please cut them into thirds. All right, and then you actually have an option to remove your skin if you wanted to cut down on the fat content. I actually did. I actually removed quite a bit of the skin, honey. All right, so this is our chicken. And then what else do we need? The main ingredients are your vinegar, your soy sauce, and your garlic. Those 3. Now this recipe is so easy to remember because all those 3, you only need 1/3 of a cup. 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, right? So here's what we're gonna do first, okay? And then you have your sweetener. Again, as far as your sweetener is concerned, you may use any kind of sugar. You can even use honey. But if you know Ched Marvie, we have maple syrup. Pure grade A maple syrup. That's my sweetener of choice. And then here's our oyster sauce. I have a tablespoonful. And not the least, ta-da, our bay leaves, okay? Because I have very small bay leaves, I have like 5 pieces. But if you have them like a little bit bigger, 2 will be good. And the optional stuff are, so these are the 1/3, 1/3, right? Vinegar, I am using apple cider. You may use whatever kind you have. My soy sauce is liquid aminos. I always use that in lieu of the regular soy sauce. And then my minced garlic, 1/3 a cup. And these are your optional ingredients, okay? Your whole peppercorns and your mushrooms. Why are they optional? Because a lot of times kids don't really want either of these. So it's up to you. If you want to add them, like we are adding everything today. But these are your optional ingredients. So here's your basic 7. As promised, every recipe we're going to teach you here will only have 7 ingredients or less, and it will be good.
Okay.
Ready?
So you guys ready?
Cool?
All right.
First thing to do, add and mix together, everyone, your garlic. Dump all the garlic in whatever you're using. Add the vinegar. Add your bay leaves. You want to crush your bay leaves a little bit, okay? Half them into smaller pieces. Your bay leaves. All right. And then if you're adding your peppercorns, which we are, add your peppercorns. We're doing 1 tablespoonful of the whole peppercorns. There you go. That's it, right? And then here, grab your measuring cups. This was not in your ingredient list because you have this at home, okay? We're going to have to add water, okay? If you want your adobo to have a little bit of sauce, or if you're adding mushroom, you need 1.5 cups of water, okay? But if you don't have mushroom, you do 1 1/4. If you want it dry, as in dried, like a lot of people like adobo dried, like it's almost like fried, right? You just use 1 cup of water. Did you get that? So depending on how you want your adobo, again, if you're not adding mushroom and you don't necessarily want extra sauce, you just add 1 cup of water. If you want a little bit of sauce and you're not adding mushroom, use 1 1/4 cups of water. Okay? But if you're adding mushroom, add 1 1/2 cups because your mushroom will soak in a lot of that sauce later. All right? So let's add our water, honey. We're using 1 1/4 for us because he likes, Chad specifically likes his adobo a little dry. Okay, so we have 1 1/4. Mix that, please. Mix. All right, and then turn your stove into medium high. If you're using the E-asy, you may now turn your E-asy to 400 degrees. Okay, Amika, your stove should be at medium high. If you have a dial, that's about 7 or 8. Okay, and then we add all our chicken bone down. Do you want a glove, honey? Not necessarily.
I do.
Okay. Here. Oh, not here. Let me just add Becky. Hi, Becky. Let me just finish this with everyone else. Everyone, I have a friend Carissa joining us today. She's cooking along, but she's actually making salmon adobo. Okay, so Becky, let me just finish the chicken for everyone else, and then I'll get back to you so you can jump in. Please prepare your E-asy. We're going to use your E-asy.
Okay.
So you lay down your chicken to cover the bottom. Okay, you want your chicken or your meat, whatever you're using, to be completely like soaked in the marinade. See? I'm so excited for all of you. This is going to be so good, like to the bone good. If you have chicken. So just bone down. It doesn't have to be pretty. You just want to make sure every single piece of meat is on your marinade. Okay.
These don't have bones, so I'm just gonna squeeze them.
Yes, you just squeeze it in. Doesn't matter. Okay, after laying everything down, do you see how this is being covered in marinade somehow? Just one layer, right? We're going to cook it at 400 degrees or medium low, medium high rather, not low, medium high on your stove top for 30 minutes. Okay, time it, cover it for 30 minutes. John, you're good? Minute. Okay, now here's the deal. We are going to wait for that clicking sound, okay? When the bulb starts clicking, John, everybody who's using an E-asy, we lower our temperature to 300. Okay, so but the 30 minutes will cover all of that. So you don't touch the timer. Okay, only that when it starts clicking your bulb, turn your temperature down to 300 degrees. Amika, what that means for you is when it starts boiling, you lower your heat to like medium low because you're going to simmer it for the rest of the time. So from beginning to the end of this first step is 30 minutes, okay? And I'll let you know what to do next after the 30 minutes. Cool? We're all following? Everybody, please give us a thumbs up.
I have a question, Marv.
Yes, go ahead, Celeste.
What was the first temperature? Because I know you say for 30 minutes and then reduce it to 300. What is the initial temperature?
It was, if you're making chicken, it's 400.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yes. Oh, you're welcome, Celeste. So let me reiterate. If you're using an E-asy, the initial temperature for this is 400 degrees. We're going to wait for the marinade to boil with your meat, right? And then as that happens, after it starts boiling, we lower the temperature because then we're going to just have it not simmer. It's medium low, so it's about 3 to 4 on your stove top and 300 degrees on your skillet, right? That's for to just tenderize the meat a lot further. Okay?
Okay.
Yay. Okay. Now, for everybody else's sake, while we're waiting for the 30 minutes, and before I turn you over to Chet for glazing the nuts. Oh, I love these nuts. Every time he leaves these glazed nuts on our countertop, I keep eating it. I keep eating it. But anyway, let me show you how to do this if you were using salmon like Becky is. Becky, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. So the amount of ingredients for Becky is different just because salmon is not as much of a volume as the chicken, okay? But she's using 6 fillets, right?
Yes,
Becky, how much vinegar do you have?
3 tablespoons.
3 tablespoons, correct. So 3 tablespoons vinegar, that's the first thing to go in there, please, in your EOC. So your vinegar, your garlic, your peppercorns, if you're adding peppercorns, whole peppercorns, your bay leaves, and water first, okay?
Okay, how much water again?
The water, depending on how you like your adobo. Do you want it a little bit saucy or just like dry, not much sauce at the end?
Saucy.
What do you prefer?
Saucy.
Saucy? Okay, please add half a cup of water.
Okay.
Okay, and then you lay down your fillet in the same manner that everybody did in this mixture. Okay, so it's
Okay.
everything clear, just your vinegar, your water, your garlic, your peppercorns,
And your
bay leaves, and your salmon. Your temperature is also different, Becky. You'll only set your EOC to 350. Because yours will cook so much faster. Okay, 350.
Okay.
And then as soon as you've laid out the salmon, you just time it for only 20 minutes.
Okay, 350, 20 minutes.
Yes.
When she hears the clicking sound, does she lower it?
Yes. And then when you hear the clicking sound within the 20 minutes, you also lower your temperature to 300 or 275 because you have salmon, which is so much more tender.
Okay.
Full?
Thank you. Yes. Good.
Very easy, Becky, right?
Yes. I'm very
So when
excited.
we say, Becky, when we say saucy, that means, think of brown sauce when you go to a Chinese restaurant. But if you're thinking less saucy, like just a little bit dry, think of orange chicken. It's that kind of thickness.
Oh, that's a good way
Yeah.
to see. Yeah, that's a pretty good reference.
That's why I like it like thicker, because then every bite of my chicken will have so much flavor.
Yes.
All right. So while waiting, as promised, we'll teach you a 5-minute method of glazing your pecans or walnuts. So where do you use this recipe? Well, you could snack on them, right? Or you could also use them as toppings for your salads. So I've tried several recipes of this. This is the fastest and the most even that I've found out. So for today, you can scale your recipe up or down, but we are going to be roasting 2 cups of nuts. Okay, 1 cup of pecans and 1 cup of walnuts. And I am going to be using a
It's a combination.
2-quart skillet. So just figure out a skillet where you could easily, stir the nuts, because basically
Do they have to be flat?
no, they don't have to be flat, but you'll have to constantly stir the whole 5 minutes because you don't want the caramelized sugar to basically burn, right? So aside from the nuts, you're going to be using 1/4 cup of granulated sugar for each cup. So since I'm using 2 cups of nuts, then I'll use a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. So it can be the white version, or it can be the very light brown version, which is still okay.
Yeah.
You don't want to use coarse sugar because it burns too easily. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then finally, the third ingredient will be a tablespoon of butter for each cup. So since I'm using 2 cups of nuts, I will use 2 tablespoons of butter.
So, Han, wait, can they do this with any kind of nuts like peanuts, almonds? Doesn't matter.
So I've only tried it with pecans and walnuts.
But we don't know.
So we don't know if you use it for regular peanuts, but I would assume maybe if you use regular peanuts, you need a little less coating. So I would probably reduce your sugar a little bit. You know, you don't want it to be too sweet, right? Okay, so I'm gonna grab my skillet and I'm gonna go through the steps.
So my adobo is starting to click. Do you hear that, John? My vapor valve is clicking, so I'm gonna lower my temperature at this point, okay? From 400 to 3 or 325, either way. You want to cook it faster? Keep it at 325, John. Okay, Becky, you don't have to keep your temperature on high because salmon is really fast.
Okay.
All right, so going back to the nuts, the reason why I have a cookie plate here is because after the 5 minutes of roasting your nuts or glazing your nuts, you want to separate them immediately on your pan, right? So that they don't
stick together.
You know, they don't stick together, and you don't want to be eating too many nuts, right? You want to be eating them one piece at a time. So you have to separate them with 2 spatulas, okay? If you have parchment paper, that's probably the best, but we don't have parchment paper. So I am just using my regular cookie pan. Okay, so grab your skillet or whatever you're using, and then add your butter. And basically, you heat your butter in medium heat along with the sugar and the nuts. So it's just all together, basically. You're preparing it all together.
Hello, everyone. I don't know who's with us at all, so I'm not able to see you all, but hello. Thank you for dropping by.
Okay, so I am using, so again, this is 1/4 cup. Since I have 2 cups of nuts, I'm gonna add basically 2 1/4 or a half cup of sugar.
So, you know, this is the first time I'm learning how to make this soup because Chet keeps making it. I don't watch him at all. I just kept saying this is really good.
Okay, and then I'm gonna add my nuts. So 1 cup of pecans.
Okay. I'll be the helper.
One cup of walnuts. Okay, it can be chopped, it can be wholes, it can be halves, you know, whatever you want. All right, so it's all here in your pan now. So basically, we'll put this at medium heat and then we'll start stirring. So don't wait until the butter starts to brown. Just keep on stirring it. The sugar in due time, around the 3.5 to 4.5 minute mark, will now turn into caramel. And that's when you just want to keep on stirring it. And again, don't go beyond 5 minutes. As soon as 5 minutes is done, put it into your parchment paper or your cookie sheet. Okay?
Honey, what temperature do you use on the stove?
So I do medium. Medium would be number
5 or 4?
Number 5 for our stovetop. It can be 6 in others. So just gauge it.
But if you have like a direct flame, like a gas stove, I would suggest a little bit lower than your medium because it will burn faster. Okay, so depending on your unit.
Yeah, I only do exactly at medium, and then I don't cover it, by the way. So that's pretty much it. I'll show you the stovetop. There's nothing to see, but I'll be stirring for the next 5 minutes. So I'll be back.
You'll just keep staring, okay?
What is this one?
I thought you were going to use it, yeah.
Oh.
So does anybody have any question at this point? Are you able to follow so far? John, you're good. Okay. Yeah, I'm so glad that you all are with me. Now, I wanted to see, Mikael, I'm not sure she's with us right now, but is Mom busy with us right now? BC Uya. Is she with us, Mikael? Her camera would probably say Anthony Ekpanyong. We're not sure. Okay. But I wanted to tell you, we have such good friends in San Diego. Cassie, to everyone, a question. Do I turn over the chicken now? No, not yet. We will turn it over later after the 30-minute mark. But that's a great question, Cassie. Okay? No, we'll just keep it boiling, okay? Like low boiling to tenderize our meat further. We'll flip it, turn it over later after the 30-minute mark, okay? So this friends of ours in San Diego, I just found out that the wife and the family would always go to this Filipino store because the husband's favorite is adobo. They're from Nigeria, okay? My friends who are like a doctor and an engineer. But anyway, so Mom Busy, whether you're here or not, I want to give a shout out to you because everybody, please greet Mom Busy. Happy birthday. Today is her birthday. I don't know if I had effects, I would do that, but I don't know how to do that. So probably I'll just sing. Happy birthday to you. Hi, Ben. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, I love Mom Busy. Thank you, Mike and Amika. They're greeting Mom Busy happy birthday as well. Can you smell your adobo? I can smell it because it's right beside me. It smells so good. Okay, I still have like 17 minutes on the adobo, right? For us. Can you see this? How Chad is doing the nuts? Mikael, can you please spotlight that so they can see how the glazing of the nuts is going? Okay. There it is. Oh, so it's actually easy, but then you do have to keep steering it. But nope, at least it's not for like an hour, right? Compared to some stuff that we usually have, like the ube halaya. All right. So while you're watching the glazing, if you're glazing nuts with us, here you go. You'll probably be ready at the same time, I think. Yeah, looks turning out really well. Okay, I want to make an announcement because my beautiful friend is here for our cooking session next week. Dun, 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 dun. I want to tell you what we're cooking. Are you ready? Okay. We have yet to receive more requests from you. So please, I'm reiterating this. We're reiterating this. Let us know if there's something very specific that you want to learn how to cook. Okay. So this is again just our own decision because we feel like this is really a really good recipe that we all love. On next Sunday, we will teach you how to make our favorite shrimp scampi. Okay? Yay! We love shrimp scampi. But the shrimp scampi that I'm going to prepare for you all will be a little bit of a healthier version, and you will see why. And we have a very special guest in the person of, she's going to make a blueberry dump cake that is so easy. Amika, 2 ingredients, okay? If you have the EOC of Saladmaster, if not, possibly 3 ingredients. It's very easy, but we're gonna do a blueberry dump cake for dessert together with a shrimp scampi for our dish. Does that sound exciting, John? I'm asking my Marine because I want the Marine to always come. Do you like shrimp scampi? The healthier version. Yeah? Perfect. That's what we're doing next Sunday. And the person doing the blueberry cake is Miss Celeste Oleynik. Yay! Celeste, say hi.
Hello, everyone. I forgot to unmute myself.
It's okay. So there she is. She will be our guest cooking coach next Sunday. So please come join us once again on Sunday. And I have so much time on my hands. I'm going to tell you everything, okay? The other thing is, please let me know if you want to do a cooking party. And it's totally free. A lot of people, I think, are kind of like scared to let us know and kind of ask, but I want to reassure you, there's no obligation whatsoever. You just gather some people to do your cooking party with. We can discuss what it is that you want us to show you, and teach you how to cook together. And you may be asking, Marvie, why are you doing this and why is it without any obligation? What's in it for you? Well, obviously, I am a consultant for Saladmaster. I want to keep showing you this amazing, amazing cooking system. But at the same time, we really are seriously trying to encourage as many people as we can to cook, to cook, cook, cook. Have you seen our new tagline on Facebook? Cooking should be fun and easy. That's our motto. So one way that we can make it fun is if we do it together. You're not alone slaving away in your kitchen. That's how we make it fun. And then how do we make it easy? We tweak and we simplify the recipes so that every single one of them will only have 7 ingredients or less. See? So please let us know, host a party, have fun, and you can also gain points towards our ongoing contest 99. All right, I have 12 more minutes. How's our glaze? Ooh.
It's almost done.
The glazed nuts, it's almost done. Does any of you have any question? Hello, everyone. Hi. Hello, Gordon. Gordon, this is one of our fun things to do on the weekend. Chad and myself, we cook a lot of healthy food. And by the way, that's another thing. We always try to give you choices to substitute ingredients with so you can make them healthier. Here's the glazed nuts.
Okay.
Look at that. So, honey, is it possible to add cinnamon to this?
Well, the way I do it, I don't add cinnamon, but I guess you can add it to your batch. You can easily just powder your batch.
That's true. I asked because I love cinnamon. I put that on everything.
Marvie often brews coffee, ground coffee with cinnamon in it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So if you see, I don't know if you could see it from that distance, but the glaze has evened out, and it's very slight, and it's over the surface of the nuts. So this is what makes it really great, and then it goes well with leafy salads where you have
yes, topping.
where you have that vinaigrette dressing, and then you could crush your pecans, your glazed pecans, and then have it as your topping along with blue cheese or feta cheese or whatever kind of white cheese that you want.
See, this is why I love these glazed nuts that he makes, because it's not as sweet. You know how a lot of times I buy them pre-made, and I don't like these pieces, like whole bits of sugar clumped together, and the nuts, they tend to be like together, right? I don't like it that way. So this is like perfect. Let us know what you think about these glazed nuts.
Okay, so the cooling period will be about 5 to 7 minutes, but if you leave it on your countertop, if you leave it on your countertop, you'll be surprised. When you come back, your kids will probably have started chopping them down.
Yes.
They're that good.
Yes, I love them.
All right, I think I've sufficiently separated them. And now we're just gonna cool them.
So the key is in separating them immediately, right? From the stovetop before your glaze dries out completely.
Yep.
Right?
Exactly. But if you could look at it, it's beautiful.
Oh, and
we could look at it here.
Mikael, can you please do a spot on the glazed nuts? There you go. So we did 2 kinds. We have the pecans and the walnuts.
Yep. looks darker on the
Perfect.
camera, but they're not burnt at all. Okay, so saying hi to mommy and daddy, watching from
Hello.
Dumaguete. You don't really see everybody, but there are several watch parties going on, and Facebook has this thing where each watch party is separate from each other. But I know that Ruel and Araceli are hosting a watch party, so hi, and thank you for doing that. I know that Joy is also doing another watch party. So yeah, and for those of you who cooked last week, thank you for sending us those pictures. They were beautiful. Like, John shared with us his finished product, and then Christine also did. So that was really great. Thank you.
And even our friend Wanda, who didn't get to cook with us live, but she made both afterwards. Last week we all kind of burnt our cakes, but that was okay, right? So this is the beauty of these cooking classes, you all. This is not very formal. We're not chefs. We just happen to love food a lot.
Yeah, the coffee cake was great because it was actually moist. So I know that if you just shave off the top layer when it was a little bit darker brown, and then do your the coffee topping that Marvie made, it turned out really great. The kids loved it. What was the?
Have you tried the nuts yet? Has anybody tried the nuts yet? John, have you tried yours?
They're really good.
Yeah. See, Amika, glaze your own nuts. You can control the sugar. This is not that sweet.
Yep.
And it's different when it's fresh.
So
John, you like it? Mr. Marine, do you like it?
The ratio I did was our preference. Of course, you could always scale it according to how you want your nuts to be sweet, right? Oh, I could smell the adobo.
Okay. Going back to the adobo. I'm sorry, I'm eating the nuts. It's tempting me. I want to eat a lot more. But so this recipe, this dish is meant to be eaten and enjoyed with rice. Okay? Because you'll find that it's very flavorful, and by itself, some people might think this is saltier than usual. But if you want to eat this without any rice, so I have friends who are trying to do the keto diet, the only thing you have to do is lower your soy sauce. So instead of using the 1/3 cup of soy sauce and the oyster sauce, you may remove the oyster sauce, or because if you want to keep the oyster sauce flavor, then you remove or lessen your soy sauce by a tablespoonful. So you just adjust according to your taste, okay?
Yeah. So hi to Bernard and Eric Elo. Hey, Eric.
Eric!
Long time no see. But we do read your posts on Facebook, so we kind of keep updated with what's going on in your life as well.
Yes. Eric, we're all quarantined here, huh? Eric, say hi. What is he doing?
He's send a wave.
Thank you for coming, Eric. I know Eric Ilog also loves really good food. So anyway, do you guys have any questions, suggestions? Please.
I do. I have a question.
Yes.
Oh no, I think I solved it. Well, I turned down my degree to 275, but it's still going. So now I turned it to 250, and now it's stopping. So okay. So then I solved it.
Yes. Or even 225, Becky. All the way to 225. Is your 20 minutes done? Because you're going to be done faster, to be honest.
Now I have 8 minutes.
Okay. Are you adding mushrooms? No.
Yes. Yes.
You're adding mushrooms? Okay.
We will get to that soon, right?
Only 4 more minutes. Now, I'm going to tell you now.
Hi, BJ, by the way. Thanks for
Cousin
joining
BJ?
us. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, BJ. I'm going to tell you now. The next step is going to be adding the soy sauce, the oyster sauce, and the sweetener. Okay? To everything when the 30 minutes is done, or your 20, Becky. And then,
Hey, Earl.
after we add all those 3 things, we are going to crank our temperature up. Okay? So if we're using the EOC, we're going to go all the way up to 425 or 400 degrees. If you want to go easy on it to make sure you don't burn it so much faster, try to do 400. On your stovetop, Amika, that's going to be all the way back to number 6 or 7 if you have a numbered dial, okay? Or medium-high heat. Okay, I'll show you in a bit, but is there any other thing that you guys want to say or ask? Please, I will keep saying this. Please interact. Let us know what you think. Let us know if there's something very specific you want to learn. Okay, I'm thinking come August, we're gonna do themes for every month, honey.
Okay.
I was actually thinking breakfast dishes to teach you all August, every single week. How about that? Because we're big fans of breakfast for dinner.
I actually like a seafood month because I want to be able to prepare some scallops, or maybe we could steam some lobster, you know, something like that.
Okay, we can do that too.
Yeah.
So these are the things we're thinking of. But then again, we want to know what you think because we're doing these for all of you. Okay?
So what encourages us is that typically there are about 18 to 20 people who join us while we're doing these classes. And when we receive the pictures of your prepared dishes, that really encourages us because we want to advocate for home cooking. And we want it to be a family activity where all of you can join together, even just once a week, right? Even just on a Sunday night like we are doing today. But also, apart from that, we get views from all our friends globally, and it reaches about 700 views on a weekly basis. So that's really, really encouraging for us. So it's our way as well of trying to get in touch with you guys. You haven't seen us in a while, or probably won't see us in a while because of quarantine. So at least we see each other through this Zoom or Facebook Live format, right? You get to hear from us. Our kids are doing well. They're enjoying the summer despite having to stay here at home. But they've done a lot of home projects, and we're super grateful for the free labor.
Oh yes, by the way, a shout out to our daughter, our 13-year-old daughter. She joined a junior master chef contest with a dealership that I'm a part of with the Glazed. And guess what? She created this video and did like a recipe on video. She did everything on her own and she won. Yay!
That's right. We didn't even get involved. She filmed it herself. She did the
cooking, everything.
The video editing, which took her a couple of days. The final product was really impressive.
Yes, and that will go up at My Supreme Kitchen's page pretty soon. But congratulations, Francesca. Because of that, she now has a job. I just hired her to be my
Video editor.
Official video editor.
That's right.
All right, our 30 minutes is up. Okay, here, if you're using the E-asy, John, Leah, let's crank up our temperature because it went away, right? Because 30 minutes was up. Crank your temperature up to 425 or 400. Okay? If you want more sauce in your adobo, just crank your temperature up to 400. If you want it a lot more dry, do 425. Becky, when your 8 minutes is done, oh, wait, there's someone that's coming. Let me just admit someone. I'm sorry, you guys. Becky, it's the same thing for you. You crank up your temperature to like 350 now. Now here, open your skillet or whatever you're using, Amika. It's time to turn our meat over, okay? Here we go. Turn your meat over. So remember, we cooked our chicken with a bone down first, okay, for 30 minutes. Turning everything over now. Amika, make sure your stovetop is back to a higher temperature, okay? Medium, high. You see that? Okie dokes. And then, honey, we add, I'm gonna make my hand work again. We add the soy sauce, the oyster sauce, and the sweetener. Okay?
Oyster sauce.
That's a 1 tablespoonful oyster sauce.
Marvie, do we add the mushrooms now?
Not yet.
Okay.
The mushroom is the last thing. So after we add the rest of this seasonings, we'll cook this at a higher heat at medium-high, 400 or 425 on your EOC. And then your stovetop medium-high, 7, around 7 if it's a number dial. We'll cook it this way for 10 more minutes first, okay? I just turned it over, honey. It's okay.
Okay.
Now here, with your EOC, what I need you to do is leave it a little bit open. Crank it about 3/4 of an inch, okay? Crank it. But for 10 minutes, that's how we're gonna cook it. Just let it boil. Amika, you'll do the same thing with yours. You leave the lid of your pot, whatever you're using, a little bit open, about an inch. Okay, and then we do this for 10 minutes. There you go. Everybody doing well? I added a paper towel, as you can see, only to catch my splatter. That's all there is.
Okay.
There you go.
I saw the other the main page where the video is being shown live. So we do want to say hi to Alex Comple. Hi, bro. How are you? Say
Hi, Alex.
hi to Roselle and Bang. Bang
Oh,
actually was able to
hi.
join us.
I was telling Bang, oh, by the way, consultants, please keep track of your points. If you're trying to gain points for 99, keep track of them, okay? Because you might just be the winner of our grill or our 10-inch limited edition skillet.
Yeah. And then Cherry Allegro from Cebu is also here.
Oh, hi, Cherry.
Mom BC is actually with us, but she's through in Facebook Live.
Oh, Mom Busy, did you hear me sing happy birthday to you?
Yes.
Oh, you're there. Hi. Happy
Hi.
birthday.
Thank you.
And Renee, how are you? How are the kids? We hope we could visit.
Dancing?
Yes.
Oh, Renee, my beautiful friend.
I know Markel likes Filipino food. Maybe you could prepare adobo for him.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
How much soy sauce?
Oh, soy sauce, Cassie, 1/3 of a cup, depending on how salty you want it to be. If you don't want it to be too salty, if you like the adobo I gave you the other couple of days ago, Cassie, that's 1/3 of a cup of soy sauce. Okay. Any other questions?
John, how's it going?
Please take a photo of yourself cooking.
We're doing good so far.
All right, with us.
Okay.
Yeah, we just put everything in.
Send your photo to us, Lay. Please send your photo while you're cooking with us, because guess what? That will give you a couple of points. But you have to give me permission to use it. So I can show people that we have you guys enjoying cooking with us. All right?
Wait for dinner.
I know, right? Hey, have you guys tried the nuts? Who else did the nuts?
Our recipes are fairly fast and easy today, huh? So we have a lot of interaction time. Feel free to unmute yourself and speak to us. Anything. Any requests? I know we have a request for kare-kare. That's the second request we've received. So we will actually be doing a cooking show this week where we will be teaching how to make kare-kare. So go ahead, let us know if you want a cooking show, a private one, you know, a couple of your friends. Let us know what dish so we can prepare in advance and we can cook together.
Right. We want you to know we are not the ones teaching how to make the kare-kare. I am going to refrain from mentioning her name because I don't want to put her on the spot. It hasn't been official. It's not an official yes yet, but I think she's going to do it. But we have a friend who makes mean oxtail kare-kare from scratch. Okay, so when we have her over to teach us, she's going to be our guest, and she'll be teaching us as well. We'll be learning as well, and it may be a separate class. Actually, it's not going to be under 7 with Chad Marvie, because we want to keep the Sunday classes exclusive for dishes that can only be done with 7 ingredients or less. I don't think you can do that with a kare-kare from scratch.
That's
Okay.
why we haven't shown you our paella and our valenciana, because it requires more than 7 ingredients.
We're still trying to figure it out.
Now, if you're joining us on Facebook Live, please give us a thumbs up or a heart, because we're not able to track who actually was with us. So that's the only way that we will know who was with us during this particular show.
Okay, so when you're about 5 minutes in, okay, I said you were supposed to just can you eat green beans with the adobo? Yes, you may eat green beans with the adobo. As far as a side dish to this meat, you can eat pretty much anything. I'll do green beans, I'll do eggplants. And some people would eat this with potato. Actually, a lot of people cook this with potato, Becky.
So if you slice your potatoes, you could add it, because this kind of
Like a
dish
topping.
you can simmer it for as long as you want. You could add potatoes, or you could boil some eggs, and you could cut it in fourths and then serve it as well with this one.
Yeah. Okay, so 5 minutes in, okay, because we have 5 minutes left, it's time to add our mushrooms. Okay, this is now. Please add our mushrooms, honey. I'm actually using a lot of mushrooms. This is about 3 cups of mushrooms because I like mushrooms. I picked them.
Do we mix them?
Yes, please. Okay, now you make sure that your mushrooms are somehow in the marinade that's left. Can you see at this point your marinade is getting really, really thin? It's hard. It's almost gone, right?
Mikael, can you please spotlight the skillet?
Okay, honey, there you go. Put your mushrooms under. If you can lift your chicken and put your mushrooms under, do that. Okay, that's what I'm doing right now. John, do you see this? I'm literally submerging the mushroom and the little sauce that's left. I'm burying it under my chicken pieces. That's what you do, because we want to make sure our mushrooms are able to somehow soak up a little of that sauce that's left.
Okay. All right. I don't know if the video went off for a little bit. It did? Okay. So Mikael, were you able to spotlight the adobo cooking? Yeah. Okay, can you please do that? Sorry guys, we had some technical issues there. So if you missed that, we have now added in our mushrooms and we are submerging them in the remaining sauce, okay? Making sure that it cooks along with the chicken. The chicken is basically done at this point, but we just want to add the mushrooms.
All right.
Did you kick everyone out?
I didn't kick anyone.
Sorry, you're having technical difficulties. We're not able to show you this yet. Okay. Now, I have 3 minutes remaining on my E-asy.
Okay, there's that one as well. This one is done.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
And then, wait, honey.
Okay.
Put back the lid a little bit open, okay? A jar, about 1 inch or 3/4 of an inch a jar. You're still cooking it at medium-high heat, okay? So if you have like 2 minutes left on the timer, in my E-asy, I have only 2 minutes left. But because I have like 6 more minutes on the clock for a show, I'm gonna add 3 more minutes to this, okay? Why? I want the sauce to be a little bit gone. We want it a lot drier because that's what he likes. So John, you can do the same thing, okay? You can add like 3 more minutes. So I have 5 minutes on the clock. And then my temperature, I'm gonna crank it up to 425 at this point. All right, that's it. So it's going to be higher heat in the last 10 minutes or so of you cooking your adobo with the mushrooms. Okay?
What did you say about eggplant? Did you say anything about eggplants?
Egg what?
Did you say anything about eggplant?
Okay.
Say
Okay.
it again, Cassie. I'm sorry.
I wrote it down. Did you say anything about eggplant?
Eggplants as a side dish. Yes. Somebody was asking earlier, can you eat green beans with adobo? And I said, yes, I would eat green beans as a side with adobo or eggplants or baked.
Oh, okay.
Because this is actually meant to be eaten with something that is not as flavorful because it's incredibly flavorful by itself. So Filipinos typically eat this with fried rice. So, but if you're going keto and you don't want the carbs, then you just lower your soy sauce a little bit. Okay?
Okay, now the reason why we say this is the easy version is because the traditional way, and again, I told you there's probably 7,000 recipes of adobo out there, is that people marinate their pork slices or
Overnight.
overnight. So they
We
use
don't.
sliced pork. They marinate it in a combination of the soy sauce, the vinegar, and the garlic overnight. Okay, and then they slow cook it the next day until such time that the sauce is actually very thin already. So you can just imagine
Thick, actually.
the flavors being soaked into the meat, right? But not all of us have the luxury of being able to prepare ahead of time, right? And sometimes, or marinate stuff. Like we have a fridge, but usually we have, we have our leftovers there. So we don't have too much space for big soaking bowls, right? So we prefer it when we're able to prepare our dish in one setting, just like we're showing you today.
That's his reason. Mine is straightforward. I like the easy way every time.
Mine is space.
Yeah.
I have space concerns. So
No. Mine is more like I want it easier. The easier the better. All right. We're almost done. We have 3 more minutes on the clock. John, how's your adobo going? Amika? Hey, can we spotlight everyone, Mikael, like in a gallery view?
Mine's good. It smells good.
Is your sauce almost dry? Or do you still have a lot?
We have a little bit more.
Yeah, my adobo is practically done, I think. It's good.
that's good. That's
Is
good.
it dry, John? Your adobo, is it dry?
I like my adobo with some sauce, so it's not that dry.
Okay,
Oh, you like it with sauce? Okay.
perfect. Have you tried the sauce yet? Can you try the
yeah.
sauce? Tell me what you think. Because you will be able to tell the taste of your meat from the sauce, right?
Cassie, how's your adobo doing?
And Becky.
It's smelling good. It looks good. I saw it.
Try to taste the sauce and let us know what you think. If it's like too sweet or too salty or too garlicky or whatever.
Okay. Let me taste it.
Again, these ratios are according to our taste buds.
I don't know how to do it. You want to plate it?
Sure.
All right. We only have 2 more minutes on the clock.
Just
Everybody,
like-
can you please
It's
Can you please show me what you made so far?
The sauce is
Cal?
good.
Can you please spotlight everybody one at a time? There's
Okay,
John.
there's John. Hey, John.
Everything good? We put you on the spot. Hi.
My adobo is good.
Well done.
The sauce is pretty nice.
Have you tried the sauce?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
like
Uh-huh.
Is it too salty?
No, it's actually perfect. So
It's perfect?
Yeah.
Good. John doesn't find fault in our cooking. Amika, are you doing good? Say hi, Amika. You're on spotlight. You're doing good? How is it going? Do you
Yes,
like the sauce?
it's going good. Do you want to
Okay,
see it? Can you see it?
Right. Awesome.
Mhm.
That's good. Yay. And you have green beans on the side as well. Perfect. All right, and who else? Cassie, can you please spotlight Cassie? And then Becky. Cassie, let me see. Mikael?
Hello. It's tasty. Sauce is good.
So you don't find it salty? You don't have to adjust it in any way?
No.
And then how
Perfect.
many minutes after you put the mushroom?
Okay, and then Mikael, can you please spotlight Becky?
I cannot. She does not have her video on.
Wait,
Aw.
where's that? Here it is. Can you see it?
Okay, there. Because Becky is making salmon. Where's the salmon? Let me see. I can't see. There.
You see
Oh,
it?
yours dried up a little bit, huh?
Yes, it did.
But do you
Wow.
like it? Have you tried it yet?
I'm gonna try it now.
Okay, please let us know. So Becky, just adjust your the amount of your liquid, just the water in the future. Now, if you want it a little bit more salty, then you just add to the soy sauce that you used.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. It's 6 o'clock, everyone.
Okay.
Here's the adobo.
Marvie, you forgot me?
Oh, Celeste. Mikael, can you please spotlight Celeste? I'm so sorry. Let me see it. Ooh. What did
So
you use?
I use balsamic vinegar instead of the regular white vinegar.
Oh,
Wow, that looks really nice. So that looks really thick. And
I know the
yeah,
sauce is like,
Look at that.
ooh.
Yeah.
And Sergey said it tastes really good because he tasted it.
Sergey likes it. Perfect.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yay. All right. So that's
Thank
it,
you.
everybody.
Okay, so here's our finished plate. Enjoy your adobo, everyone.
Yes. And once again, happy birthday, Mom Busy. And then again, everybody. Oh, Becky says, oh my gosh, this is so good. Yes.
And then I hope you enjoy your glazed nuts.
Join us again. Please tell a lot of people about this. If you're having fun and you feel like this is somehow helpful, please let other people know about us and what we're doing. Have them come cook with us. All right?
Yeah. So thank you so much, guys. We really enjoyed this hour with you. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening and have a great work week ahead.
Bye.
This is Chad.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you all. Thank you, everybody.